Hi everyone, welcome back to Daily Freddo. This super viral clip of Victoria and David Beckham has been circulating the internet, causing mixed reactions. Take a look.
We're very working class.
Be honest.
I am being honest. I am being
honest. What car did your dad drive you to school in?
So my dad did...
No, one answer.
My dad...
What car was it?
Alright, it's not a simple answer
what
because...
What did you get your dad to drive
It
you
depends.
To school in? No.
Okay,
What
in the
car?
80s my dad had a Rolls Royce.
Thank you.
The clip comes from the new docuseries called Beckham on Netflix, and it's truly a great watch. Surprisingly, Netflix didn't race swap anybody in this documentary. Anyway, the show is very emotional, very insightful, and obviously the clip shows David poking fun at his wife, who claims to come from a working class. He makes her admit that her dad had a Rolls Royce. This type of car is not a working class car, guys. Even in the 80s, it was an incredible luxury to own it, a sign of true wealth. People took to comments. We don't call her posh, Spice, for nothing. Another one, only Beckham can moderate the 2024 presidential debates. And another one, David Beckham is community notes. Now, as you know, Elon Musk implemented community notes on X.
Please stop calling me that.
Former Twitter. He wants the platform to be completely committed to free speech, but he doesn't want to spread misinformation. So now we get those little inserts under posts that have wrong information in them, exposing the truth. Here are a few examples for you. So someone tweeted or X'd, "This is what conservatives did to a Target store who put up gay pride displays. Still think right-wing extremism isn't a real problem?" And then you have this community note, which is like a fact checker. "This video was first posted by Julio Rosas on May 28, 2020, covering looting of Minneapolis Target after George Floyd's death. Although there is water on the floor, this isn't rain roof collapse incident, it's the result of sprinkler system being turned on." Or this one. "A conservative just went into Target and set fire to all the Bud Light in the middle of the aisle. This has to stop." Readers added context. "The photo is from a 4-year-old Reddit post which claims that the fire was started in a toilet paper aisle." That's why we need community notes. And you get the idea how it works. Much like David Beckham fact-checking his wife. Someone even called him the last remaining investigative journalist. So it's all fun and in good spirits, but of course not everyone took it this way. Someone wrote, "Just shows how separated from reality rich people are." And yes, it can be true a lot of the times. But was Victoria Beckham really that girl? The one that claims to have earned everything with hard work and got no help? Or as we call it today, rich privilege? Gosh, I hate that word. While there is no sufficient information out there if her family was wealthy at the time she was growing up, Metro gathered some pieces of information about her childhood from multiple interviews she did over the past few years. The headline reads, "Inside Victoria Beckham's childhood as she's slammed for claiming to be working class." And it says, Victoria was brought up in Goffs Oak, Hertfordshire, where her parents had a successful wholesale business of electronic items. She was raised by parents Tony Adams and Jackie Adams alongside her 2 younger siblings. It's previously been reported that Victoria was embarrassed about her family's wealth and didn't want her father to drop her off for school in his Rolls Royce. Well, at least we know it was a Rolls Royce. But if that's true, we can understand her hesitation during the interview. She didn't want to really admit some things. And the article continues. The publication explained how her father was an entrepreneur who made a killing in the 1980s boom. In her youth, Victoria had a part-time promotional job at Weeks hardware store, and she would pop half her earnings into separate bank account for tax. The star also describes her mother hosting dinner parties, being properly dressed for the occasions in velvet and big shoulder pads. She also added that her dad worked really hard to have the money for us to have a nice house. The article also goes on to describe their home, how her parents bought it as a shell and worked hard to turn it into a perfect home. Victoria said she remembers her mom cooking on a camping stove because they didn't have a proper kitchen. So I think I understand what happened here. Yes, her family became wealthy, but thanks to her parents' hard work. And what she probably meant is that they come from a working class, they worked hard, opened a business, and got there on their own. I don't see anything wrong with that. We want to give our kids a better life. We want to set up their start, we want to take them on holidays, pay for their education, live in a beautiful, clean, safe house, and that requires money. You have to make money to provide that for your family. So I think what Victoria should have said is that her parents or her family had an amazing work ethic and worked really hard, and then she passed it on to her own family because they are all extremely successful. They are worth now about £500 million. Crazy. She should give her parents credit though and be grateful that she had a great launchpad as a young adult, rather than pretending to be someone she's not. And we know why David called her out on it. His parents were truly from the working class, her mother being hairdresser and dad working in construction. So he knows what it truly means to be from the working class. And if you're a person who had it a little bit more cushioned, good for you. I'm truly happy for you. I hope my kids have an easier start too, but I'll never let them take it for granted. I think in our times we are just sensitive with all the so-called Nepo babies. Second generation celebrities being handed careers and wealth that comes with the famous parents' names. Some of the most famous ones, or more controversial ones, are Kardashians, of course, Kendall and Kylie Jenner, Miley Cyrus, Dakota Johnson, Hailey Bieber, Gigi and Bella Hadid, Sofia Richie, Justin Trudeau. And here is a good explanation for you why people are pissed off with Nepo babies.
Name off of my name on like all my modeling cards so that I was taken completely seriously. I mean, I literally...
You know what pisses me off about Kendall Jenner? Not even the fact that she's a Nepo baby, because at the end of the day, most of Hollywood has some form of nepotism. And honestly, you can't help being born into a wealthy family or a family with connection. It's the fact that she doesn't own that she's a Nepo baby, that she pretends that she worked for everything she got, that she pretends that without those connections, she would still be where she is today. That is simply not true. She lacks perspective, and it's so infuriating to watch. There are models who are 10,000 times better than her and will never make as much money as her, will never be on the same magazine covers as her, because they do not have those connections. And she mentioned that she took her last name off so that they would not be biased. Ma'am, everyone already knows who you are because of your connections, so that literally won't make a difference. If you're a Nepo baby, own that. You can still work hard and be deserving and be a Nepo baby, but you cannot forget that those connections helped you to get to where you are today.
Someone commented, same way Kylie was the youngest self-made billionaire. You're not self-made when your mom is your manager and your whole family has had fame before you were born. Yep, people were pissed off about this one. But now, calm down. I'm obviously not comparing Victoria Beckham to Kardashians or Jenners. All I'm trying to say is that we got so sick of nepotism in a rich world. So when the clip of Beckham's went viral, some people just took it the wrong way. Either way, the docuseries about David Beckham and his family is so worth a watch. It's rarely we can recommend Netflix productions these days, so when I say it, I mean it. But what do you guys think? Was Victoria trying to lie about where she's coming from to seem more relatable, or she was trying to explain that her parents were in fact hardworking? Or was this just a skit to promote the docuseries? Let me know in the comments. If you like this episode, make sure to like and share it, and of course subscribe to my channel, turn on the notifications to never miss another Daily Freddo episode. And for even more content, follow me on Instagram at Daily Freddo. That's all for today. Have a good one.
It depends.
No.
Okay, in the 80s, my dad had a Rolls Royce.